Welcome back, my fellow agents. It is I, X7, your super agent of science fiction action. Or in the case of this movie, it gets to be action packed eventually. And that's a fun thing. Oops. But we're going to be talking about the movie The Sven Squad, aired last night. Teenagers from the inappropriately titled or misappropriately titled Teenagers from Outer Space. It's really just a teenager from outer space. But this movie was released in 1959, directed, screenplay, produced, starring, cinematography, edited by Tom Graff, production company, Tom Graff Productions, distributed by Warner Brothers. Release date was June 13th, 1959. It runs a whopping 86 minutes long, which is about right. It could have been trimmed a bit, especially in the beginning, but I found it oddly compelling. So, without further ado, and since it's a public domain movie, we can look and hear it and see it as well. Won't that be amazing? Let's get started. Our movie starts with an observatory. And some guy's sure he's seeing something.
Dr. Mace? Dr. Mace?
But before we get too much further into it, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and hit the notification bell if you want to. And if you really would, it'd be very kind of you if you would watch for just a few more minutes longer than you normally would. We'd really appreciate it. It helps the algorithm, and that would be great. So this is what he sees as we go along. It's kind of a nifty little effect. I mean, it looks like a tiny little spaceship. That's kind of nifty, I think. It looks like it came from Plan 9. David Love is the teenager of the title. This should be called Teenager from Outer Space overall. It was filmed in Hollywood, so I thought it was filmed somewhere else in the middle of the country, but it was not. And Tom Graff was a very interesting personality here. Several of the people in here, King Moody, Harvey B. Dunn, Don Bender, were all famous around there. King Moody was in 3 Ed Wood movies, Bride of the Monster and Night of the Ghouls, that I've seen, and Sinister Urge. Don Bender, billed as Don Anderson here, as you can see. One Man's Family, and, of course, Teenagers from Outer Space. King Moody was in, he played Starker in Get Smart, and he was also Ronald McDonald from, in the commercials from 1969 to 1985. And we'll see him momentarily here. So let's get a little further in here. There he is. There's Starker himself.
Burrow, go below and bring up the Gargan specimen. Now the decision depends on its reactions.
Wait, Captain. I have found evidence of intelligent beings on this planet.
Of what concern our foreign...
So there's Thor, who's played by Bryant Grant. David Love, we just saw as Derek, holding the poor disintegrated Sparky's name tag, which, I don't like to see violence on animals. And, of course, that's King Moody as the spacecraft captain. This movie was produced in part with money from, Ursula Hansen. Well, he got the, is that the guy? No. Bryant Grant was Thor. He gave him some money. There we go. So they have a bit of a set to here.
Of none to you, Thor. Just as you were so unconcerned when you destroyed the small creature. So breading.
Repack the instruments. I shall radio back the news of our success.
So they're there to plant gargons, which look like lobsters but are really just crayfish. But they'll grow really big. They're food supplies, and they're going to feed everyone on Earth to them. So they're not really concerned because they're very logical. And unfortunately, Derek there is not. He's been reading a book. There's the Gargan.
Captain! Captain, something has gone wrong. Look here.
What? What has happened?
I do not know. It suddenly fell limp, and now does not move.
Assemble the TRSs, hook in the gas grading instruments. Be quick!
There's his disintegrato weapon. They have a name for it, but I mean, Spaceman Spiff. It's his sort of weapon. I'll tell you what. They think the Gargon is dying.
The atmosphere here tested above minimum, but the Gargan species cannot live due to excessive nitrogenic gas compounds emitted in our preliminary diagnosis.
Unfortunately,
This planet will be reported as unsuitable.
Repack the instruments and prepare for takeoff. We will continue our search in another solar system. And when we return to our home base, you will be presented to the High Court with the evidence against you. Thor, Sol, bind the prisoner and prepare him for the isolation chamber. I will make contact with base.
so he gets away.
I heard the orders, Captain. Let me find Derek.
Yeah, the acting's a
You
bit
will wait
questionable
until
here.
the sky is light enough to begin the search. We will leave now and return here to meet you when we bring the Gargans.
Because now the Gargans can live here. So off they go, and we do find out that they want to keep old Derek alive because he's the king or the ruler's son, but that's not supposed to be known.
Derek. The empty room belonged to my brother Bud. He's married now and lives upstate.
Your brother? You knew your brother?
I think he does it. I think this David Love does a pretty good job acting like an innocent here. But there's Pops there. That would be Harvey or Gramps. Gramps Morgan. That's Harvey B. Dunn. Be done with what? I don't know. So this goes on. Of course, there's some romance tingling here. And
They can't make the swimming date. Not till later, anyway.
there is
Got a
Tom
certain
Graff
assignment for the
himself,
paper.
billed as Tom Lockyer, as Joe
I have a
Rogers,
list of folks to interview. Say they saw a new
Betty's
flying saucer last night.
boyfriend.
Sounds like it might take you all day.
I hope not. I'll call you as soon as I get through, okay?
Okay,
Big
Joe.
old cars, all 2 miles to the gallon. So we get him out of the picture for a while. And
It was because of...
Yes.
I had just arrived here. I did not know where else to go, but everything was so strange to...
now they're over at old Alice's house, who's rich, and they're going to get into they're going to give him some swim trunks, get into the pool.
That's Sparky's.
Uh-oh.
Sparky's dog tag. Where on earth did you find it?
When I first arrived, I was with some others. One of them destroyed a small creature. Later, I found that.
That was the creep Thor, of course. And he's just a one-man wrecking crew here.
Where is he, Derek? You don't mean those old bones. You can see they've been here for a
Apparently,
very
the
long time.
disintegrato ray does not
It was
work
among
on
these
calcium
remains that I
at
found a
all.
little inscription.
This couldn't be Sparky. I know. He must have been here and his collar tape fell off, that's all.
Okay, so old Thor has gotten over to the pool, and we missed a young lady.
Let us go to the professor you speak of.
We have to pass the house first so I can change.
What was that? Did you hear a sound?
The Gargon.
No. Only the...
On our way.
There is Alice, who's man-hungry.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
You are alone?
Could be.
Where are the others? The ones who were with you?
Why, if you want to know that.
Tell me where they are.
Say, who are you anyway?
Never mind. Just tell me.
They left here. They're gone.
Where did they go?
I think you better get out of here before I call the police.
You will call no one. You will do
Uh
as I
oh.
say.
That's what you think, mister.
And
I
we're
said you will call no one.
it's pretty effective, if very obviously low budget. But the bubbling water, I think it works well. So he's stalking around the town. He's learned how to
I
drive.
put that down.
What is the meaning of this?
Do as I say.
Who are you?
Where is he? The one who came with information for you.
Who? You are making some mistake.
I mean, Derek, where is he? Because they haven't. He got there before him. So, but he figures out how to work a primitive Earth window. And there's old Gramps. Gramps Lucky. He lives. Spoiler alert. Woo 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 woo.
Hey! What do you want? I spoke to my granddaughter. You're not getting any help from me.
Did they return here? Tell me.
Yeah, and then they chase. They go to civic. They go to City Hall here. You actually get a ray gun versus gun battle.
You stay here in the car. You'll be safe. He's after me, not you.
And what does she do? Oh, all the G men are there. I guess they're not really government men. They're just undercover plainclothes officers. Gramps gets out. She disobeys.
It's the safest place.
He zaps a lot of them, but unfortunately, he's a little. So, and there's Joe again.
Holding a gun on us, Dr. Brand. We had to bring him here. He wants bullets removed.
I see. I'm afraid I cannot be of any help. You will need hospital facilities for anything
Be
else.
silent and get inside. You will remove the pellets here. Now.
Leave these people alone, Thor. Where is our ship?
So Thor is an idiot. That is Dr. C.R. Brandt, M.D., played by Frederick Walsh. His nurse is Helen Sage, Nurse Morse, who accidentally revives him. Should have given him a lot of sedative. Sedative?
Raised here, and you, the son of the leader. You said you didn't know your father.
I did not know the things he said. I thought they'd gone. I wanted to forget them forever. But now I know.
There's Nurse Morse, who is doing what nurses do, helping him out. Well, he's got a couple of bullet holes in him. I didn't realize that. What happens when you're actually supposed to be working. And
Dr. Brandt's office.
Miss Moss, thank heavens I've reached you. This is Dr. Brandt.
Where are you, Doctor?
fortunately, she doesn't get zapped. But she does get taken
Where are we
hostage.
going? You've got to tell me.
It is not far now.
You can't escape.
I think the movie gets better.
Possibly
The
they
older.
will.
I'm assuming they shot it mostly in
Barricaded at
order.
the mouth of a cave with you as hostage and me with this.
How long do you...
Loose and escape.
Let's scroll back just a bit here.
Are you hurt badly?
I don't think so. Just...
We're just skipping ahead because there's just
Thor
lots.
crashed just below here. If that disintegrator is down there, I'm going to find it.
Because the Gargon is gigantic now and is going to destroy the town, which is what Gargons always do, don't they? Like I was saying, I think this movie got more competent the longer it was being shot. and which is a good thing overall. And it just looks better. I mean, it's the ending is very well edited. I found,
Are you?
and the love scene, the
I did
obligatory
not know
love
how
scene
to tell
there.
you.
It seems impossible to believe. You're so much like us. Like my brother, Grandpa when he was young. And to think,
We were made the same. The only difference is that we were put on places far, far apart.
what is it like where you're from?
Babies are bred and raised like livestock, parented by the most perfect specimens of our race.
Sounds like Brave New World, doesn't it? The Aldous Huxley movie. And I might be saying his name wrong. Or movie, not movie, but book. Saw the movie, which was adequate. It's confusing. I'd like to read it again. It's been a minute. More old cars. He's got the disintegrato. Or Spaceman Spiff's blaster.
Maybe it won't come into the city, Derek.
It will come to the city for more food, if nothing else.
So they've chased Thor, and his car's driven off the cliff, or he's down into the valley. He's at the hospital, and the disintegrate doesn't work right now. I wonder if that's based on Major Kehoe's book there.
This is Johnson at Station 86. Out by the hills, due northeast. There's some kind of a monster. It suddenly popped up and seemed to touch the sky. I have not been drinking.
Much.
No, I can't see it now. It must be behind the hills, but I'm getting out of here.
Woo, 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 woo.
The few remaining survivors of the search party that was attacked report that the beast they encountered was many times the size they expected, indicating
Many
that the
times.
monster has some strange power of rapid growth. An exact description was... We have a bulletin just received. According to a report not yet confirmed, a beast of seemingly gigantic proportions has been sighted lurking in the hills due northeast of town. City officials have called for military help. Planes and troops are expected to arrive within the next 2 hours. Meanwhile, citizens should take refuge in places of safety, cellars, bomb shelters, as directed by civil defense administrators. Generators. Derek
Okay.
seems to have some kind of weapon, but it's not doing anything.
There it is, the Gargon. He's not even grounded.
If only there were more power, Betty.
Is there any way to generate more power?
As always happens in monster movies, where they just run out of power, it gets stopped, and they can't do anything about it. And they keep the zapper isn't
We've
working,
got to have more.
or it's not affecting it because it's too big.
But it may blow up the line.
Try anything. It's our only chance.
There we go. Atomic turbines to speed. There. Oh, you can see it. Oh, I hope they ate it afterward. And he's made a promise that he'll never leave the Earth now. But unfortunately, more of the spaceships are returning from whatever planet they're from. Probably, what's a good barbarian planet? I don't know. They're not Klingons. They don't even have dirty faces at this point in time. So now he's pretending to turn to bad.
The prisoner is in this building.
Looks like they haven't transferred him to city jail yet. What are you planning to do?
Never mind. Along with everything else on this planet.
Go.
Go. I like the fact that they don't end the movie when the monster's dead. I mean, they could have killed Thor. That's it, and they never heard back from him again. But the spaceships are coming back with thousands and thousands of Gargons, which feed Earthlings too. I would imagine if they're got similar taste buds, they speak the same language. Yeah, if you apply too much logic to it. But this is the scene where he fights the Gargon is really well edited, and this one, I mean, it's I got involved by the time of the about 45 minutes into the movie. I wanted to find out what happened. There it is.
Call that the guide ship. And it looks like there are 100 more still in the sky. What are they going to do?
Derek told me. The other ships are loaded with thousands of those horrible creatures, like the one Derek killed today.
Why are they bringing them here?
To raise, for food, safe distance from their own people.
And they don't care what happens to us?
Derek cared. He wanted to make the Earth his home.
Well, anyway, so this is, I mean, you can see where this is going. I mean, anyone with a brain. I don't know how well this played out. And there's the ruler.
It blurred your mind, but only temporarily.
How is it you are able to leave the planet? Will not the government structure collapse in your absence?
We will return immediately, as soon as the Gargans
That
are
beard.
unloaded from the fleet of ships. People are unaware that I am gone.
Let's see if
Yes,
we've
we
got
must leave
who.
quickly.
That's
If
Gene
your
Sterling.
absence were discovered, it would likely spark the beginning of a revolution. I am not the only one who had that book, Father.
Yes, I know. And you will help in tracking down others who may have such books.
The fake beard. So the book is never identified. It's probably supposed to be the Bible, but something like this, or maybe I don't know. But it's an old tome. The Koms and the Yangs are fighting about it.
Yes, I see the fleet is approaching. They are flying from radio signals from the guide ship, are they not? Let me be the one to direct them in for landing.
Captain, are the ships close enough to receive the landing signals?
Momentarily, but...
Then go below, Derek. You will bring them in. The ships seem to be converging and increasing their speed. They cannot land.
He doesn't plan to have them land, but crash! They're coming right at us!
Derek's doing it. That's what he planned.
But he's inside there. He'll be killed too. Get down inside the cave.
He'll be killed. He's going to sacrifice himself.
Derek's
Which-
doing it. That's what he planned.
Whoops.
He'll be killed too. Get down inside the cave.
Inside Bronson Canyon.
Hold course steady.
Stay on target. Stay on target. Off screen. Oh, that's not a bad. I mean, stock footage, but it's not bad. Could be worse. Good thing the Gargan got out of Bronson Canyon there. And that's it. I mean, there's a couple more minutes, or there's one more minute. That is the end of the movie at this point in time. It's kind of poetic at the end. I mean, for such a low budget thing, you gotta be impressed that anyone could get this made for $15,000 or $20,000. There he is. I don't know. Call me sentimental in my old age. Your humble agent here.
And I shall never, never leave it.
Here they are. I highly recommend visiting Bronson Canyon if you can. So there's Teenagers from Outer Space. Let's stop this right now. All right, my fellow agents. That is our slight review of a slight movie, but I thought it was very entertaining by the end, and that's really all that matters. Tomorrow we'll be talking about Kimba the White Lion. So until our next assignment, this is X7 signing off.
Instructions are to prepare for an attack by an unknown enemy. That's what he meant. Hey, who do you think you are, anyway?
Answer me, or I destroy you!
Stop! Somebody help!
There's something behind this, something we don't understand. The weapon he uses, it's unheard of. Blasting flesh right off the bones.
Master control to fleet, set flight pattern to -.08. Increase speed.
They're coming right at us! Get down inside the cave!